Hey everybody. Sorry, I was hurrying and I spilled some water here on my desk. Not a good thing. Not a good way to start the live, right? So hello everyone. Hello, hello. We've got oops. Hit the wrong button. It smells funky. Dave, leave it to you. Yes. Hello, hello, Dave and Alicia, Michigan Daffodil. Hello. And who else do we have here? Um, you can see me and hear me well. Am I too loud? So, my cup holder is soaking wet. Hey. All right. Set that aside. Got all of Ricky's cards. I've got soaking wet. Oh well. It was only a little bit of water, but it was still enough, you know? Julie, hello. Your weather's been insane. 27-hour ice storm? No. Oh, see, here it's all wet. Oh, Alicia, that's nasty. Okay. 25,000 still without power. Oh no. Yeah, okay, the Northeast is getting it, isn't it? So let me see if I can do this without spelling again. Eliza, hello. It was absolutely gorgeous here. Yes, and we even had some melting going on. But yeah, the Northeast is getting what we had on Saturday, Friday and Saturday. It was, the northern Minnesota. Well, Eliza, you would have gotten it. The blizzard, and what did you get, like 5 inches of snow or something? So I got 3 inches of ice. Oh, no. Okay. Hold on a second. I'm gonna plug something in. Okay, there we go. I can hear you guys a lot better now. It fixed it. That's so great. There we go. I just had to do that one. Hey, Kiri, hello. The closed schools north of this morning came just when the buses were going out. Oh, that's so tough, just when they're doing that. I was just, before I was getting ready, I was just watching Gemini Homestead, Miss Lippy, and they had, what came through like Thursday and Friday for them was this huge ice storm that went through, and it coated everything up and it collapsed their chimney. They had just finished all the remodel and it collapsed their chimney. And and it jarred loose some stuff, that a lot of wiring, a lot of different things that they had just repaired. And so anyway, they've got more repairs to do, but she said it just shook the house. And they were like, what is going on? So I don't see any laughing, you guys. It was a joke. Oh, so hey Patty, hello. I just missed you, Eliza. Oh, that's good. Yeah, I mean, it looked like, I mean, Brainerd and around that area, they just were in full-blown blizzard. And it was just, we had a lot of wind. We didn't get the snow, but we had 50-mile-an-hour winds. So trees in the street, cars pushing through. Oh. Hey, Parker, hello. Oh, I'm so glad to be listening. Wendy, hello to you. Wendy, I got your seeds, so thank you so much. That you sent them last month sometime, but thank you very much. So much weight from the ice, yes. Okay, so I will do this again. see if you guys get this. Put my headphones on. See, now I can hear you a lot better. You guys are so great. So, yeah, it's... I'm sorry, I just can't do that very long. Oh, anyway, it's glad to have power. Oh, good for you. Good for you. Now you guys get it. Oh, okay. I think everybody was a little distracted before. Yep, now I can. Hey, Matt, there you go. Yeah. Yell a little louder. I can almost hear you. You're not too far away. Oh, so anyway, you guys are awesome to come here on Monday nights, especially those who are that it's just dinner time for you and everything. I really appreciate it. Oh, okay. Okay, Ladiana, I appreciate that. You just watch the chat, not watching me too much. Okay. Oh, okay. I'm going to try to get a drink of water without spilling here. Oh, my goodness, I can't believe it. It's only when I'm rushing, you know, trying to get it all done here. Oh, goodness. So our weather, yes, we've been really up and down. I mean, just from almost 30 below to it was above freezing, I think, today. Anyway, it was melting. And then this week, it's supposed to be a lot of days above freezing. So. Anyway, it's my brother's derby was on Saturday. I did not get a chance to get out on the ice. I mean, it was so windy and everything. Plus, I had other responsibilities of caring for my dad and my mother-in-law's mom, or my sister-in-law's mom. And so kind of bouncing back between those so that everybody else could do their work at the derby. But it was so windy, there was no way that I could have gotten any footage anyway, because it would have been no sound to anything. So I didn't even bring my camera. I didn't even try. So, but great attendance, because last year they had to cancel due to everything. And this year the ice was thick enough and they were able to drive onto it with all their trucks and their fish houses and everything else. And they figured there were over 10,000 people on this lake. And so it was a good turnout for the derby. Definitely good. And so they, I believe, gave away 2 fish houses. I mean, there was a raffle for one of them and stuff like that. But you're right, Eliza. It's definitely bipolar. Eliza, I don't know that you weren't here last week, but I gave a shout out to both of your channels, so and let people know that you were developing your flower one and stuff. So yeah. Oh yeah, tomorrow's going to be really, really nice. The derby was at Maple Lake, which is on Highway 55 near Buffalo, kind of that direction. Sorry, I got a buzz in my mouth. And so it's the largest, it's Minnesota's largest fishing derby. And so, I mean, I know Brainerd has one, but they can't drive onto the ice. This one can. So anyway, they have a great time. And they put up this huge tent on the ice and they make a bar out of ice, huge ice chunks. And they have a dance and everything after the derby and all that. So it's like a full day affair. So there's a lot of people, fishermen, that come out for the whole weekend and do all that. So, hey, Grammy Karen, hi. Connie, hello. Donna, hi. See if I missed anybody else here. Sorry if I've missed you or if you had a question. Your wind chill was 0 on Friday. Oh my goodness. That is funny. You sure you want to go to Mexico? Oh, Eliza, that's tough. Yeah, when it goes through the whole family like that, it's like prolonged where I just have to deal with me on that. But anyway, yep, Minnesota fun. That's right. Shady Hill, hello, welcome to you. So yes, so the Derby was a success, and I wish I could have been down there with them, but I had other duties to tend to, which was totally fine. Our elderly won't be with us very long, so I was honored to be able to do that. So I have links down below. Oh, Graybeard's not feeling well? Oh, Grandma Karen, is he like under the weather too, like everybody else? Minnesota Mama Bear, hello. Oh, that doesn't, I'm sorry. We will definitely be praying for him, Karen. Let me see, I think I need to tilt this a little bit. We'll be praying for him. Absolutely. The Yara children all day yesterday. Oh no. Oh, Matt. I was like, hey, Glenn, hello. Which one, Glenn? Not Glenn, Matt. Which child? I will be praying. And I hope things are coming out. The Max had an emergency situation with Jennings too this last week, and it was like, Evan, okay. Do you guys pray for Evan? Carpal tunnel, and that is a pin. Ooh. Oh, wow, Karen. Oh, my goodness. Okay. Yeah, definitely praying. And I just got news right before this that a good friend of ours who's still in his late 50s, I think. He has the same cancer that my brother had, and he's going downhill really fast now. So he doesn't have much longer, and one of my sister-in-laws has cancer, only has a few months to live, and my dad is on his last leg. So it's like, all kinds of things hitting, and but we're all here for each other, right? Oh, Karen, that's hard. It's hard when you have that on top of something else, because sometimes you don't know which symptoms are affecting which thing, and so it's like, thanks, guys. It's been a rough year, it's been wild. So anyway, the a little side note on the Freedom Rally in Canada. Well, it kind of went all over, but this is more specific to Canada, is that, they had a GoFundMe to help support the truckers, to help pay for their fuel, food, all that kind of stuff, and to do all this. Well, GoFundMe ended up they raised $10 million, or maybe actually 11 million. They only gave them 1 million, and then they kept the rest because they said that, they just censored that. And so anyway, GoFundMe was taking all that money and giving it to the charities that they wanted, that GoFundMe wanted. So they missed out on all that. Yeah, right? So the Freedom Rally actually switched over to Give, Send, Go. It's just like GoFundMe, but it's Give, Send, Go. And I don't have a link or anything, but if you guys can, here, I'll write it down here. Give, Send, Go. And so within a couple hours, they'd already raised like another $1 million or something. But I know, Donna, right? It's like, it is, Karen. Absolutely, it is. And so if you guys do any type of fundraiser type of thing, so I would recommend that you go to the other one, because they were in full 100% support of what the truckers were doing. So anyway, yeah, Alicia, Matt, when they start pulling that kind of stuff, people are not going to be, using them, not at all. So anyway, just to know that if you end up having, so you have a friend whose sister-in-law and husband died of COVID, and then her mother, oh my goodness, 3 in 1 week. Wow. GoFundMe turned and decided to refund to all the, oh, they did. Okay. Yeah. They, it's up to 4 to 6 million now. Cool. Oh, that's so great. Well, thank you, Patty, for letting us know that. I hadn't heard that part. But yes, if the donors got it back, then they could turn around and give it elsewhere. But so that's fantastic. That is so great. All right. In the show notes below, I have links for a few sites on fermenting. So if, I know I have to kind of go through a lot of the information a little bit quickly, but if you want to go back and find out more about it. Also, I put all the channels who are going to be in a collaboration and the information on that, as well as the Anna's YouTube channel, so you guys can do it. I thought with the fermenting going on for this month and all of the stuff, that there might be some people who don't really quite understand exactly what fermenting is. We all know it's good for us. We all know people are doing it. It's kind of a thing. It's like there are a lot of books out there on it. I mean, look at all of that food. Doesn't it look great? And so we understand a little bit about it. I am no expert by any means. I can only give you a little bit because I've been doing some, like kombucha as a ferment. I've been doing it for almost 8 years. But, as far as where it comes to like other food and stuff like that, it's, there are a lot of people that are doing a lot more and understand like all the science with that, understand all the chemical reactions and all the different things that go on. I can give you kind of like an overview, but I wanted to kind of open this up as more of a discussion because I know a lot of you here have probably done a lot more than I have. So I'm going to try the pico. Yes. You're right. You're right, Alicia. So, hold the book up again. Okay. It's the Farmhouse Culture Guide to Fermenting, and it's by Catherine Lucas and Shane Peterson. So, there we go. And I mean, the pictures are just gorgeous there. I think I got it. Did I get it on Amazon? Oh no, there's a sticker on the back. Yeah, some of the pictures, and it's, let me see. Anyway, this is an excellent way to preserve more food that, especially things that you want to stay kind of fresh. You're getting fruits and vegetables and you don't want to can them. And but these will last for, a couple months in the refrigerator, and sometimes even up to like 6 or 8 months, depending on what you get. But like sauerkraut is a ferment. So there's foods and drinks. I'm trying to find a, there we go. Table of contents. Like sauerkraut, kimchi. There's salted ferments. There are brine ferments. There's, making carbonated beverages, all that kind of stuff. So, hey, Sean, I need a new book. You're going to have to add a wing to your house, to your cabin, just for books, or at least do a floor-to-ceiling wall thing you can put on there. So that is so great, Matt. I actually still have a jar of honey with garlic in it that I started like 2 years ago in May. I haven't used much of it, but it's still good. It's in the refrigerator. But I probably wouldn't even have to have it in the fridge. But the refrigerator helps slow down the fermenting process that's going on. So Um, yeah, honey garlic is good if your garlic grows. Hey, Wholesome Roots, hello. Rose, it's so great to have you here. Thank you so much. You know, if you've been doing it for a long time, I will heartily accept anything that you have to offer here tonight because, like I said, I have not been doing it so long. Yeah, library. You know, it's going to be like, I can just picture you in it, Sean, with, you know, wall to wall bookshelves, an easy chair, your pipe, you know, it's just like sitting back, reading these books in the middle of winter. Oh, yep, there you go. Honey garlic is amazing for health. Yes. So essentially, I'm going to kind of just start at some very basic beginning here. Let me get my pages all set. And like I said, any of this information I have is in the show notes below. So if you want to go back and look at it again, share it with somebody else or whatever. You only have one in pickles and salsa. Ooh, fermented salsa. Well, that's good. Need a pipe. Oh, there you go. I can see you with that, Sean. Yes. So fermenting is an ancient technique of preserving food. I mean, it's been around for at least 10,000 years. It's been, you know, the ancient Chinese did fermenting. You know, I'm sure I think the Egyptians did that too, although they did more drying and dehydrating. But, you know, all through the Asian culture and everything. And that's why a lot of it is there. Bandana Grandma, hello. Hi. But the process is still used today to produce foods like wine, cheese, sauerkraut, yogurt, and kombucha. And those are more like the commercial type of things. But at home, well, there's so much more that you can do. So they're rich in beneficial probiotics and have been associated with a range of health benefits from better digestion to stronger immunity. Yes, it helps to build our immunity. And like everybody was sharing for, and beer, yes, definitely beer too is a ferment. The garlic honey thing, you know, is like just incredible for building immunity too. I mean, it's like if there are things that we can have to take throughout the winter, especially here in the north, you know, we need to have that and to help do that. So fermented foods and beverages are becoming a lot more popular. You can even find kombucha on tap at bars instead of getting like, you know, a beer or something like that. It's like, oh yeah, you know, give me a pint of kombucha. But then sourdough is a fermented food. Sourdough bread, a lot of cafes are carrying it now. A lot more varieties of yogurt and sauerkraut and kimchi at the supermarkets, things like that. So you always think of alcohol with ferments. Not a fan of that. Oh yeah, there's and I'm really not going to go through like a lot of, you know, like recipes and everything because we've got a whole month of channels giving recipes for all that. So that's why I put all of their channels below that you can go and look for them. I didn't have the list of what they're doing at this point, but anyway, it's there. So, but initially, ferments were produced as a way to preserve food, to improve the flavor and eliminate food toxins in our bodies. So today, more people are turning to them for health benefits. So a fermented food are foods and beverages that have undergone controlled microbial growth and fermentation. So fermentation is an anaerobic process. Now, anaerobic means that it's just without oxygen, so that we're trying to deprive the whatever's there from oxidating and everything like that. So that's what anaerobic means, is to have it grow without oxygen. And that's why when you've got like a jar, let's say a quart of sauerkraut or something like that, you want to put something on it. We have these like glass pebbles from like mason tops or something you can put on there to weight it down. You can put in like a cabbage leaf over it with a rock on top of it or something like that, or a small jar or something to, anyway, something to weight it down so that there's no air that gets to it, because the air is what helps to create the mold and the different things like that. If you keep it submerged, then the food, and if you have salt or vinegar or sugars or whatever that's in there, that will then start reacting with the food and ferment it and keep it going. So you grew up eating store-bought San Francisco sourdough bread. Cool. The oldest written recipe in the world is for fermentation. It was a recipe for beer. Sean, why would I not think that you would know that? That is so great. Thank you for sharing that. That is great. But you know what? There's a certain health benefit to it. You know, just like anything else, you don't want to overdo it. But you know, all of these have certain health benefits. Now, when you're doing like foods, not beverages, but foods, it's not an alcohol content that is created in there at all. It's, you know, it's like just like pickles, pickling something. You can do a refrigerator pickle, which is a ferment. Rather than canning it, you can, you know, do a bunch of different things. But like sauerkraut, if you eat sauerkraut, that's a ferment. Now, if you do it yourself and put it in the refrigerator, and it'll stay for a few months, but it stays crunchy. So the sauerkraut that you buy in the store, like in a can or something like that, or even a jar, that has been cooked and processed and different things like that, because they can't sell a jar of live food like that, whereas you can make it at home. So you'd love to make pickles. And Alicia, that's something that you can easily do. If you just bought, you know, were able to buy up some cucumbers, some small cucumbers, and just make some pickles. That's a great thing to try at home. Absolutely. So anyway, fermentation is an anaerobic process in which microorganisms like yeast and bacteria, they break down the food components. Like they take the sugars that are in there and turn it into that becomes its food. So just like when you've got kombucha and you pour sugar into it, the fermenting process in there takes that sugar and it's their food. It converts it, because you have to have the SCOBY in there and all this other kind of stuff. So it takes all of those things and converts it. It takes that food, converts it into really healthy probiotics and different things. It gives fermented foods a unique and desirable taste, aroma, texture, and appearance. Now, not everybody likes them. Totally get it. Totally understand it. But there's, you know, there's so many different kinds and different ways. Like, let's see, this book has like pepper mashes and hot sauces. You can make this a hot sauce that is a fermented. You take peppers and ferment them and make your hot sauce. Brined ones, again, pickles, fermented fruit, kombucha, water kefir. Now, kombucha is made from sweet tea. Kefir is made from milk products. Okay, so that's the difference there. You have a tea base and you have a milk base. So if you're wondering, it's like, what's the difference between kombucha and kefir? Because they're like, well, you can use either one. Kefir is one because it's a fermented milk product. A lot of people who are lactose intolerant, can't handle milk and stuff, they find that they can take kefir because of the fermenting process in there, and it just takes and helps it. So yeah, pickles are easy. Patty, I can see you making your own hot sauce. That would be excellent. Working at church nursery, grabbed a book to read. It was a Veggie Tales book. Larry the Cucumber. He is not a pickle. Yep. And he hadn't been pickled. He hadn't been fermented yet. Give him a few beers and he'd turn into a pickle, right? But it's a kid's book. He can't have beer. So he's still a cucumber. That is funny. Water kefir. Okay, yeah. So you make water kefir. Oh, cool. Black or green tea to make kombucha. Oh, okay, Kiri. You know what? I didn't come across that. I'm sorry, but thank you. That's why I wanted to open this up to a discussion so that you guys can, help fill in with your knowledge. I really appreciate that, actually. Hey, Morris Patch of Heaven. Hello. How are you? And then they have fermented beverages and meads. This has mead recipes. And so if you're into that, Idaho Hoosier, hello. Thank you for being here. So, so most foods can be fermented from whole foods like vegetables, fruits, cereals, which would be more like your grains. I wouldn't, throw in a cupful of Captain Crunch or anything like that, but it would be like oatmeal and your grains like that. Dairy. They say that you can even ferment meat. I have not fermented meat and fish. You could do eggs. Matt and Sarah, you've done eggs. You have pickled some eggs. Now I was watching Townsend's, he does a lot of 1800s cooking. And one of the recipes, he does a lot of old recipes and stuff. And so when he explained that when they say pickled in their recipes from way back then, it's the same as fermenting. So you did fish. Oh, okay. That's okay, Michigan Daffodils. Yes, she comes first. Absolutely. Oh, thanks, Patty. That is so great. Oh, pickled herring. There you go. So, so we just say fermenting, we just think like the basics: sauerkraut, carrots, beans, different things. And things like that. But yeah. We love kombucha, fermented pico de gallo. Yes. Yeah, I've been making my own kombucha for, like I said, almost 8 years. And it's been, there's so many videos out there on it. That's why I haven't done one on it. But it's so much cheaper. I mean, I think the cheapest bottle you can get at the store is like $2.89 or something like that. Usually about $3.50 for a bottle of kombucha. That would be like 16 ounces. You can make it at home for about 20 or 25 cents a bottle. And that's the sugar and the tea bags and then different things that go in there. And so, yeah, it makes a huge difference. It took some time. A guy going, strawberry was your favorite. Okay. My favorite is, the one that gets the fizziest is a pineapple. And it is so good. Oh my goodness. If you do pineapple ones. So, oh, you want me to, Donna? Okay. I will try to then this spring. I will try to get that going. My, kombucha right now is just taking a little bit of a while. You've had freeze-dried fruit like strawberry and bananas. Oh, that's very cool, Katie. Very cool. So meat, fish, eggs, legumes, nuts, and seeds could be fermented too. And it says, while these foods are nutritious in their original form, through fermentation, they have the potential to carry additional health benefits, especially when they contain probiotics and prebiotics. Okay, so you're like, okay, I hear these words. I've heard probiotic, but what's a prebiotic? Prebiotics are food ingredients that the microorganisms in your body, like your gut bacteria and everything, they use, your gut bacteria uses or feeds on these, the microorganisms feed on the bacteria to grow and to live, leading to health benefits. So most of them are, some good sources are like asparagus, garlic, onions, wheat, chicory, artichokes, tomato, barley, honey, rye, milk, and everything. It says most fruits and vegetables and legumes contain some type of prebiotic, and they just help to improve it. But then you've got probiotics. So we know those as good or friendly bacteria for the gut. A store-bought kombucha hurt your acid. That's possible. Yeah, if you have acid reflux, it's got to be something to help your, because your gut bacteria is going to help. Excuse me, going to help your acid reflux. So, pineapple, lemon, lime, fresh ginger is so delicious. Yeah, there's a lot of them with ginger in it. I get freeze-dried fruit, so different canisters from Thrive Life, and so I'll use like black raspberries, and pineapple. Those are my three favorite, and I put a little bit of juice in there. So let's say the pineapple one, I'll put, like 2 tablespoons or something of, actually it's more like 1/4 of a cup out of 16 ounces. So I'll put in a little bit of pineapple juice and then like 2 or 3 little chunks of the freeze-dried pineapple, and oh my goodness, it is so good. And then I'll mix it up. I really like pomegranate juice for the others with the berries. So I'll do pomegranate juice and raspberries and everything. I find that when I throw strawberries and blueberries in there, it gives a little bit different taste. That it's probably just the tea I'm using or something. I'm not sure, but anyway, it's just like, and that's for my second ferment. So I do 2 ferments. One is in the big jar and everything, and then I put them into the separate jars with the fruit and juice and apple cider vinegar. Yep, that would be a ferment. That is true, Albany Mountain. Hello. Yeah, absolutely. Fermented mustard seed blended for mustard. Yes. And I've made homemade mustard too, of that. And it is so amazing what the mustard seed does when you leave it sit for, you have to leave it sit for like up to 48 hours. So around 40 hours. And it's just like this little, it's almost like when you put some yeast in water and it's blooming and stuff like that. It's just like, it's foaming, and it was just like so cool. It's fun to watch what foods do, and different things like that. It burned your stomach. Oh, sorry about that. Just wondering. I know sometimes the teas are made with like soy in their tea bags and stuff like that. And if you're sensitive to soy, that could cause that kind of reaction. So I don't know. Maybe check the ingredients to see what's in there. But yeah, not everybody can take that. But like somebody said that Albany Mountain, yeah, that you can brew it for a shorter amount of time and it won't be as strong. So you could certainly do that. All regular tea and decaf can cause issues too. Okay. That's some good things. So working on getting more yogurts. Okay. Bonnie, hello. Love kombucha and fermented foods. So yeah, so I'm not really giving recipes here tonight or anything, just talking more about what it actually is, because we know it's a big thing out there. And like I said, we have Fermented February going on. So people are like, why are fermented foods such a big deal? So anyway, probiotics provide a health benefit by providing new kinds of friendly or good bacteria to it. The other ones, the prebiotics, feed off of the bacteria that's already there, the good bacteria in your gut, and then, or, just any type of gut bacteria, I guess, but then the probiotics put good bacteria in there. So they kind of work together in that way. Some other benefits of fermenting, they can support actually organ health, like for your lungs, your reproductive organs, skin, different things like that. Let me see. I've got 11 pages of information here, so I'm trying to. Yogurt is a ferment, Donna. Yes, it is. Yep. Oh, that's a good point, Kiri. Need a food allergy to see if food is an issue. It could very well be. You guys, I just love how everybody's here to help one another. You guys are awesome. Rose, I'm so glad that you're here tonight. Thank you very much. We parked for getting Girl Scout cookies and heading home. Oh, it is that time of year, isn't it? Definitely is that time of year. So some of the benefits of fermented foods. I can't believe it's 1:45 already. Holy guacamole. Okay. Fermented foods have historically been valued for their improved shelf life and unique taste, aroma, texture, and appearance. They also allow us to consume otherwise inedible foods. For example, like olives, right off the tree. They're not very good, but you need to. Did you know olives are a fermented food? So, green olives and black olives and everything. So they have to be fermented in order to remove their bitter tasting phenolic compounds. So there are some foods that the fermenting process actually ends up helping to improve what they are. Some other fermented foods can help reduce risk of cardiovascular disease, high blood pressure, diabetes, inflammation. They can be linked to better weight management, better mood and brain activity, increased bone health, and better recovery after exercise. Go work out and then have some kombucha, right? Or kefir. Yes, apple cider vinegar is definitely a ferment there too. Okay. It says when looking at heart health, probiotics may help to decrease total and LDL cholesterol. However, the evidence is still kind of limited on that. But, there's just so many things. I didn't want to get some of the sites in like Wikipedia and everything. They're just like all of those big scientific words and all that stuff. So it's like, I didn't really want to convey all that because I would lose you. And I would lose myself, I think, too. Oh, I know. I love olives. I love those too. Cream cheese. Bandana Grandma. I didn't know about those. Oh, a sandwich with cream cheese and olives? Ooh. That sounds really, really good. Katie, did you say that you have, you can't do yogurts? Okay. There's a yogurt brand out there. I can't really do it either, but I do a coconut milk yogurt. And so you don't have the dairy with that and everything. So that might be something to look for in plants. So, Bandana Grandma is so cool. I have not made a yogurt before, and I've always thought that was such a cool thing to be able to have Queen Olives. I love going to Whole Foods, and they have like an olive bar, and with 20 different kinds of olives and stuff. And so you get this container, you just go and you get some of these and get some of those, and just kind of fill up your container with all the olives. And it's like, and then eating on them for weeks, you know. So anyway, fermenting is basically just a natural process that that converts yeast and bacteria into carbs, or convert carbs. Oh, sorry, I'm reading it wrong. Yeast and bacteria convert carbs such as sugar or starch into acids or alcohol. And those act as a natural preservative and give fermented foods a distinct zest and tartness. Some, you know, like if you want carrots or beans or something, you know, put in a little bit of, there's tons of recipes out there. Let me see if I can find something real quick just to show you or tell you about it. That's cabbage kimchi. Ginger carrots. Here we go. Carrots, ginger, some grated ginger, sea salt, and a brine, which is just a salt water, really. And that's all that goes in there. And you can keep them for, you know, so for that one, it would be salt is what the food is on that different thing. So, hey, Thrifty VG, hello. Yeah, homemade yogurt. Problem is, I'm just by myself. I can't go through that much. So, yeah. Hi, Mom. Like that. That's great. So yes, the let me see. Provides improves immune function. Yes, health benefits. Improves digestive health. Talked about that. It can reduce uncomfortable symptoms of IBS. So it can help reduce your risk of infections and colds and different things like that. Many fermented foods are rich in vitamin C, iron, and zinc, all of which are proven to contribute to a stronger immune system. It says the most common side effect is an initial and temporary increase in gas and bloating if you're not used to it, you know, different things like that. You make it in pint jars. Okay. See if I could make just like 1 pint or 2 pints at a time, and that would be it. But amazing and very addictive. Yes. You know, and you can spice it up, you know, add red peppers to it, you know, like pepper flakes, and you can add habaneros or jalapenos or all kinds of stuff to make it, you know, a nice hot ferment, you know, a good spicy carrot or vegetable, whatever you're putting in there. So it's really, the sky's the limit, and the flavors according to what you like, you know, and what you like to eat and different things like that. Well, that's great, Albany Mon. That's awesome. Yeah, there's just so much that, and I didn't want to be, you know, there's so many recipes out there. I didn't want to be stepping on all the people who are providing videos this month, because they are giving you the recipes. So if you can, I mean, it's already the 7th, so you can go back and look for like already a week's worth of recipes that are there, and they're pretty some amazing things that are on there. Absolutely. And when you go there, make sure that you subscribe to the channels and comment on the video. Otherwise, the YouTube will take you off of there. You know, I told you last week I was only up for like a day or something. I had gotten like 120 new subs. They took them all off the next day. So because people hadn't done any commenting or anything yet. So that'll come back. But so just make sure that you do that so that you can continue to get recipes and different things like that. Instant pot yogurt, bottle any Fairlife milk except chocolate. I'm going to take a screenshot of that, Donna. Thank you. Fairlife milk except chocolate, organic, sugar-free or low-sugar yogurt. Interesting. Like using sauerkraut in place of mustard. If you use mustard, try instant. Nice. See, it's really according to what you want. I am going to be doing some fermented fruits on my video. So, it's not just vegetables, it's not just spicy or kind of zesty, salty type of things. There's other types of ferments you can do too, and it's so great. So some of the other fermented foods that are made, other than kefir and sauerkraut, is tempeh, natto, N-A-T-T-O. I'm not sure what that is, but cheese, kombucha, miso, kimchi, salami is fermented, yogurt, sourdough bread, beer, wine, and olives. Of course, we talked about those. So again, it's just a breakdown of carbs, like the starch or sugar, by the bacteria and the yeast, and an ancient technique of preserving food. So it just goes through like a metabolic change and different things like that. I know there are a lot of people who are like, excuse me, diabetics who like, I don't want to drink kombucha because you put so much sugar in there. But excuse me, what actually happens though is that the yeast that is there for the process of kombucha, the yeast in there feeds, like I said, it feeds off that sugar and it converts that into the ferment, into the kombucha. And so once it's done, there is no longer any sugar in there. And so it's no longer sweet tea. It's now fermented stuff. And if you're worried about like any alcohol content, it's like 0.5% or something. So it's nothing that is going to be like alcoholic or anything like that. It's the benefits far outweigh anything like that. So your dog is snoring. Icelandic yogurt for starters. Okay. Yes, exactly, Patty. Me too. So the first ferment is when you make the tea and you're brewing the tea, and then you've got to add sugar to it. So it's a sweet tea that you have going. You put your culture in there, which is just SCOBY and some starter from the last batch, and then that has to ferment for like 10-12 days or something, and then you take that and put it into bottles with the fruit. And then it does another ferment, a second ferment. And so, yep, for the kombucha. So there's a lot of information out there about ferments. There's a ton of cookbooks out there, a lot of things online. So there's a lot of recipes, a lot of how-tos. But check out all the ladies who are doing the challenge, the collaboration, not really a challenge, but collaboration this month. I think that'd be awesome. Natto's from Japan. I heard they eat it for breakfast. Okay. Excellent. Like I said, the Asian cultures are ones that have been doing it for thousands of years. Fermented soybeans. It is sticky. I wonder if it's supposed to be kind of like an oatmeal type of thing. I don't know. I try to stay away from soybeans just because they're, yeah. Anyway. So, okay. I hope this at least got a good conversation started, got you thinking about everything, got you more interested in ferments, if you've never done it before, or if you think that it's like, it's just a fad, just start looking into things and checking it out. That was kind of the purpose of this tonight. So I still have my garden tip and my prep tip for tonight. So garden tip, look over your garden tools. I mean, it's winter where most of us are not gardening. But look over your garden tools, especially your hand tools. Clean them up, oil them, sharpen them, replace or repair them if they need it, as needed, so that you're all ready for gardening when it comes. Because I don't know about you, but once spring comes, it's just like explodes here. we don't just get to gently dance into it. It just goes like crazy. You're welcome, Alicia. And my prep tip is, if you have not done it yet, go through your freezer, see what you can preserve by canning, dehydrating, or even just cooking it up and using things for meals. It's still winter, but spring will be here before we know it. And then life gets really busy again. And all of a sudden you want to freeze some tomatoes or something, and you're looking, it's like, oh, my freezer's so full. And then you've got that on top of it. So, no Kroger next to you. Oh, I love the Chobani Greek yogurt. Yeah, that's a good one. I think it's CH instead of a G. But yeah, Chobani, that's a good yogurt. That's the one I only get if I get a regular dairy yogurt. Otherwise, I get the coconut milk yogurt. But anyway, you guys, thank you so much for being here and for spending your evening with me. It went fast. It went really fast. So you guys all contributed a lot, and I appreciate it very much. And so, Chobani, yes. Anyway, you guys take care. God bless. Always have hope, and we'll see you next week. Take care.